Peter Cardillo, Chief Market Economist, Spartan Capital Securities, joining us. Peter, good evening. Welcome back to NDTV Profit. This is news that is seeming unexpected, but at the same time, given Trump's way of speaking and his decisions, also a bit unsurprising. So let's jump right into it. You've indicated that the higher end of the tariff scale is just a threat in the past, and you expect that actual implementation may be less severe. But with the US actually coming out informally, and I say formally by Trump's social media Truth Social post, are you still anticipating last-minute negotiations or a partial rollback, or should now markets, fully price in the tariff risk?
Well, I don't think the markets have fully priced in 25% just yet, and I think that there will be negotiations going forward. I don't believe that this 25% tariff that was placed on India will last too long. Obviously, it will go into effect on August the 1st. I don't think there'll be any movements by now and Friday, but I do think that India will have to come up with some sort of a deal that will be pleasing to the United States and, of course, to President Trump. Of course, this is his way of enforcing his plan of tariffs. And so it's, the fact that he is making good on a sort of secondary tariff, which is the penalty for India purchasing Russian oil, is another way of saying, look, if you buy oil from us, the tariff probably, that penalty will probably dissipate. So I just think it's a question of time. I don't believe that these tariffs will be long-lasting. It's not to the best interest of India and not even to the United States.
What's your perspective on the negotiating strategy behind President Trump's tariffs? Are they likely to result in quick lower-level settlements, say at the 15% norm that you've mentioned? Because I can tell you for a fact that, the Indian team back home is going to be standing its ground. Or would you say that you expect prolonged uncertainty for Indian exporters?
I think initially there's some uncertainties, no question about it. But then I think things will smoother out, and I think that like I said before, there will be some sort of a deal. I don't think that this is conducive for these tariffs to be long-lasting, because it's going to lead to a trade war that's not going to be pretty. And in a trade war, no one wins. And I think the United States knows that. President Trump knows that. And so I kind of think that there will be an olive branch that will be offered. And I think India has to get serious about making a deal.
Peter, we heard this breaking news, this update coming in from my colleague Shrimi just moments ago. We're understanding, sources are telling us that India has explicitly ruled out retaliatory tariffs. They're going to be choosing measured dialogue instead, and that has been their stance from the very beginning. How would you say this impacts negotiations? Do you expect this strategy to encourage de-escalation, or do you think that it will invite tougher bargaining from the US? Because let's remember, we're getting in comments from Hassett at the moment as well, where he is in fact saying that the US was pretty frustrated, quote unquote, with India.
Absolutely. I think the fact that India is now jumping the gun here is a good sign. And it goes back to what I said, that India will probably begin negotiations as soon as they can. It's not going to be immediately, but they will. And that's good news. Again, I think this 25% is not long-lasting. And I would kind of suspect that even that penalty will probably disappear if India makes a commitment to the United States regarding its oil purchases. So I think, yes, that's good news. And of course, it opens the way, it opens the path for diplomatic negotiations to get underway.